Hello, I'm Ann George, and I'm going to do a short video on frequently asked questions. I'm going to give answers to frequently asked questions for tarot card readers, tarot card readings, etc. One question people ask is, why do people get tarot readings? Well, if you've got your life tight and tidy, for example, someone who's enlisted in military service and is going to be on that ship for 4 years, things have been decided. You've decided how you're going to be living, and the rules of how you're going to be living are such that you may not need a card reading until you start dating or are going to maybe leave the army for something else. People who have more flexible lifestyles, maybe people who work for corporations, mom and pops, that kind of thing, they sometimes want to know how well they're really doing. They want to see the outcome of keeping their job because it doesn't pay that well, but it's secure. The boss is friendly but demanding, and the work isn't stimulating anymore, but it pays the bills. So that's a perplexing situation to be in. And now things have changed so much, we don't all have community to talk about this with. Some don't have extended family to talk to. So who are you going to call? No, not that. You could call a legitimate psychic advisor who has the ability to see the future of your choices. It's important to be clear about that. Can I see the future? Absolutely. I've been doing it all my life. But specific futures, like the future of your choices. Sometimes I can see really big futures, but it's hard to place them. Yeah, so I don't worry too much about that. Someone got upset and said I was a false prophet. No, I don't speak for God. Never have. I can't. What? No, I'm not prophesying. I'm not giving the spoken word of any God that I'm aware of, ever. That's not my purpose. My purpose is just to find the answer down the way that applies to you. Yeah. There's a lot of questions people ask about that. A good question is, how accurate are you? Pretty accurate, if you stay on the path you start from, right? Show me the outcome of taking the train to Brooklyn, as an example. And you stay on the train, you're going to be in Brooklyn. If you ask me a question about the outcome of a choice, and your motive is this, and your money to spend is this, and the people who are coming along are this, then I can tell you what that'll be like. Now, if you change the ground the reading is done from, you change that future. The best part of getting readings is to see the future you're making, and if you don't like it, you can change it often. You can make a better future and get what you really wanted. Sometimes people want insight on relationships, all kinds. The best question is, show me the best way to help my mother, sister, brother, child, lover. Because then you're asking for guidance from the divine, your divine, the great divine, on what's best to do. Let's see. I do not use spirit guides, never have. Others do. You might be comfortable with someone who has a spirit guide relationship. I read the Akashic Record, and what I love best about science and mysticism is the longer we stay on the planet, the more science and mysticism come to prove one another. It's a great thing. Quantum physics is a great thing. Quantum field theory, even better, because it proves the mystic. It says, yeah, we're interconnected. And yes, what you do matters, and what you change changes beyond your field of vision. Yep. Kind of rolled off on a little tangent there, didn't I? You're an important person, as am I. And we have the ability, by thought, word, and deed, to help, to heal, to lift up, to make the world better or not better. Tarot, once upon a time, was the way we could track our path on our return to our higher self, to our divine self, to our own innate Godhead. It's been changed. Tarot is itself, but there's all these permutations and abuses, shall we say, abuses of a sacred book, a sacred idea, a sacred practice. Until now, it's difficult. So to find an actual card reader who actually knows what he or she is doing. So what's going to happen is I'm going to keep making these little, hopefully 6-minute videos to talk to you about tarot and what it is and how it works. AnnGeorge.com. Feel welcome to mail me a question, and I'll answer it on the channel. This is my channel. Glad you're here. Thanks for spending time with me. I appreciate it. All right. Bye for now.